Okay, hello everybody, here we are again. So this is our story I was just showing you there a minute ago, okay? And it is Lost and Found by Oliver Jeffers, okay? We have a few of his books, beautiful illustrations and pictures in it. And we have some of our props here as well. We always have our props, so we have our boat and with a very small ship. And then Simon is very good there. Now he's going to pretend he's the little boy, and we've a little penguin, and then we have, here we go, we have Pierre, and he's here, and he's going to play the part in the Lost and Found. Oh dear, Pierre, in the Lost and Found office, isn't that right? Very good. Okay, so we get started now with the story. So, yeah, Andrew, I'll take that from you now so you can show the book. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
Ella, are you going to stay for the story? Oh, she's just thinking about it. Okay, so this is our story, Lost and Found. Look at that. It's not lovely? Lovely little penguin there. And the little boy. So let's see. Oh, now. So once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. Can you imagine that? Opening the door and a penguin being outside. Did that ever happen to anybody, I wonder? Let's see. So there we go. So here's our farm again. And here is Simon, and he's answering the door. And who is arriving at his door but a penguin? Isn't that funny? Let's see what happens. The boy didn't know where it had come from. So he's kind of looking at him up and down, wondering where he could have come from. But it began to follow him everywhere. So everywhere he went, left or right, up or down, look, the penguin just followed him. Oh, the penguin looked, I wonder now, how do you think he does look? Yes, he looks a little bit sad. And the boy thought, it must be lost. Oh dear. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. Now, so who did he go and visit? So we have one of those in the class, don't we? We use them in the doctor's surgery when we have, we're playing hospitals. So there we go, he has his clipboard, and it's the Lost and Found office. So he checked in the Lost and Found office, but nobody was missing a penguin. So we have our Lost and Found. Pierre here is going to help us with that, aren't you, Pierre? So let's see, we bring them over. And he goes along and he goes to visit and he asks, is anybody looking for a penguin? And Pierre said, no. Oh dear, okay. So off we go. So nobody was looking for the penguin. So he went off out into the park and he shouted out very loud to all the birds. Does anybody know, is anybody looking for a penguin? But they ignored him. Oh dear. Some birds are like that. I just think they didn't know, did they? So that night he was having a bath. Oh, isn't that lovely? And he has his little duck in the bath with him. So I'm sure a lot of you children now have lovely little toys in the bath with you. So the boy asked his duck, do you know if anybody is looking for a penguin? But the duck floated away. He didn't know. And there's the penguin there. So he'd probably love to be in the bath as well too, wouldn't he? Because they love water. Now, what time of the day is it there? What do you think? Looks a bit like our last story where the bear was trying to go sleep. Do you remember that? So the stars are shining and the moon is out. So yes, it must be night time. That night the boy couldn't sleep. He was very disappointed. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. So I wonder now there, look, is that might be him up there in the bedroom. So is the light still on? Okay, so the next morning he discovered that penguins come. So I wonder now, do they come from the North Pole or the South Pole? That can be a tricky one. They actually, yes, come from the South Pole, okay? But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbour. Oh, I'll have to pull back here because this is such a huge... What is that? What transport is that? What is it? Let's see. He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. Oh dear. Let's see, where are they? I can't even see them. Oh, sure, look, he's tiny. And there's the penguin. And they're beside now. What's that? Oh, look at that. And it would have a light on the top. It's a lighthouse, that's right. So anyway, the ship did not hear him and sailed away. So he had another idea. Together, he and Penguin would row to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. Okay, because they're going to need a good strong boat now to get across the ocean. And they packed everything they would need. Now what is he packing there? Oh, an umbrella. Okay, well that could come in handy, I suppose. And they're going to try and pack it into that little case there. So look, we have our boat as well. So we'll get Simon over here there. I don't think it's a bit squashed now. Let's see. Will the two of them fit in there? Oh, don't think so. Simon, we'll put you there anyway. And we'll try. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Okay, so there they go. Off on their adventure. So together they pushed the rowboat out to the sea. And they have their oars there. They're going to have one each. And they're helping each other, which is nice. So let's see. They rowed south for many days. Oh, wow, that's a big ocean. Look how tiny the little boat is. Oh, so for many days and nights, with the boy telling stories all the way, the penguin listened to everything that the boy said. Isn't that so nice? They really are making good friends there. They floated through weather that was good and bad. Ooh, what's that? Yes, lightning. Oh, and thunder. And the waves were as high as mountains. Look at that one. Oh, my goodness. And he has his, let's see. Oh, look, a penguin has the umbrella up. Isn't that good? And I think does he have a torch there or something? Yes, he does. Okay. And finally, they arrived at the South Pole. So, of course, it's all ice. Isn't there, and icebergs in the South Pole? It is very, very cold. They arrived and the boy was delighted. But the penguin said nothing. Suddenly, it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. Okay, so, the little boy said, look, I'm after bringing you now to the South Pole. I've brought you home and sure you'll be delighted. But we'll see now. Don't know. Penguin isn't looking too happy. So the boy said goodbye. Oh dear, let's see. Hard to see now what way the penguin is looking there. And the boy isn't too sure. He's not too sure if the penguin is happy about it. And it was time really now for the boy to try and make his journey back. Isn't that right? So he said goodbye and floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. Oh dear. So I think we know now that the penguin doesn't want to stay there, does he? The little boy was sailing away and it felt strange to be on his own. The more he thought, scratching his head, sometimes we do that when we're thinking deeply, don't we? We scratch our head. And the more he realised he was making a big mistake. Okay, the penguin wasn't lost. He was just a bit lonely. Oh, okay. So That's okay. We often can make mistakes, isn't that right? And now he's going to try and make it better. So quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. But now look what's happening here. This is funny, isn't it? They're going around in circles. So the penguin also had the same idea, that he was going to follow the boy. And he, went into the upturned umbrella and used it as a little boat. But they keep missing each other, because when he gets back over to here, this little boy is going to be here and they won't see each other. Okay, so at last the little boy reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Now there you can see he's calling out loudly to the penguin. And oh, look, what did he get there? I didn't know he had that now in the suitcase as well. A telescope. And you can see really quite far, far away with that. Very good. But you can't spot him. So let's see. Where could he be? Said the little boy. I've searched everywhere and I've used my telescope. I'll have to go off in the rowing boat now and see. So sadly, the boy set off. So let's see. There was no point telling stories because there was nobody to listen except the wind and the waves. So he loves to tell a story, but your penguin wasn't there to listen to it. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see... What is it? The penguin! Penguin must have come back around the iceberg and they finally got to see each other. Isn't that good? That was a very clever idea, using the umbrella, wasn't it? Okay. Now, well, to be honest, though, it wouldn't really work now in water. It's only pretend, okay? And there they are having a big hug. Isn't that so nice? Oh, lovely hug there. Very good. And then at the end, what did they do? So I think they're going to head off. They're not going to stay in the South Pole. The little boy has to go home. And Penguin doesn't want to stay there. So what are they going to do? They're going to go back to the little boy's house. And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. And what is swimming underneath them? Oh, the whale family. Isn't that lovely? Look at the little baby one there as well. So the whale family will probably help them on their way. Isn't that kind? So very good. That is our lovely story. All right, so we will probably have a little challenge, a drawing challenge for you again now this week. And you all seem to be really enjoying the Lego challenges. So we'll probably have one of those.